Man, just like usual, like clockwork, your boy Chili hanging out with you. Tuesday, 2 piece going down, and football season is back upon us. I know right now there's a lot of scrimmages going on, and I got my guy Adam Beadle. He's going to check in a second, just like he did last night. Dropping dimes. Hey, new show going on Mondays. Your boy Chili jumping in the Channel 12 studio with Cam Cox, trying to do something legendary, something fresh, something different. No more cookie cutter stuff. Live from the Channel 12 studios, and my guy Cam Cox welcomed me in. Had Devin Fitzgerald on yesterday. My guy Adam Beadle, Beetlejuice. That's going to be his segment, and I'm going to try to expand that thing Mondays, Tuesdays. Try to find out what's going on in the Valley regarding our young athletes and the ones that make it to the next level and the level beyond that. Because my guy Adam isn't just limited to the high school coverage. He's going to be doing some stuff, with the pros and colleges and things like that. I see him every time I'm at an ASU game. He's at an ASU game. Every time I'm somewhere, he's somewhere. So I am going to catch up with him on some of that stuff. I do got to show some love to my guy, Coben Bourget. In case y'all not familiar, my guy made the watch list for the Wordful Give Back, like things that you do in the community type thing. So I really want to show him some love. This is a kid that, really, took advantage of his opportunities and platforms at ASU with Tucson Turf to make sure that he's doing right by the community. So congratulations to my guy, Coben Bourget, making the watch list, the Wordful watch list. Look, part of being able to play the game is, being able to run out of the tunnel, get the spotlight, things like that. But the other part of it is what you can do to give back, what you can do to build your community up. And he's fully taking advantage of that stuff. So I want to show him some love. He pretty much gives back a lot of his time in the off season, coaching Tucson Turf, building up these young kids, doing some camps, things like that. So make sure that you support my guy. I'm not sure how the voting process for that thing goes, but let's just make sure that we support him with whatever hype that we can. Also, before I get into some other cool stuff, I do want to talk about this situation over there at Maryville. Thoughts and prayers going out there. I know the Carter brothers are, I talked to them briefly. I don't believe anybody in the football program was impacted by that but just make sure you send thoughts and prayers to that community. I don't know all the details. I landed and I got wind of it. So, just make sure that you guys keep the Maryville community in your thoughts and prayers, because you never know who from the football team might have had a friend or something like that involved in the situation. So, if you got somebody over there, reach out, check in, make sure that they're all good. Also, I want to show some love to my guy, Greg Rosenberg, doing an amazing job with this Southwest basketball camp. Your boy Chili, ALL.net, Recruit ID. We all teamed up to donate and sponsor their jerseys this year. Probably going to do that moving forward. Greg Rosenberg, Cedric Cobbs, those guys, Cedric Cobb, they do a great job promoting the game of basketball and girls basketball. We got to get a girls camp going next week. My guy Adam is fully checked in and on my head right now about, hey, Chili, cut your intro short, make this thing work. Hey, I am going to cut the intro short, but before that, because they are a big supporter of Flight Club, I got to show some love to Burrito Express. And Adam loves his BSBs, his breakfast burritos and all that stuff. So, and his Sip Lemonade. Adam is a huge fan of that Sip Lemonade. I'll have him tell you about it. I put it on my story for Instagram. If you guys follow at Just Chili, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, you know the deal. But meet and greet going on. Tons of ASU players are going to be there. Not limited to all these guys that you see on the flyer: CJ Fight, Coben Bourget, Mateer, Xavier Alford, and Kyson Brown. Not limited to those guys. I am willing to bet that you are going to get more ASU players than just that. Maybe a couple coaches, you never know. I saw Marcos Arroyo talking about supporting his guys, buying all the T-shirts and things like that. So just, keep hanging out. And, I'm going to make sure that you guys are informed and kept abreast of everything that is going on cool within the community. Without further ado, I am going to get my guy Adam Beadle in studio for a second, because not in studio, but on the show, because he is live on location at a scrimmage, and we are going to see what he's got cooking out and about in the Valley. Hang out with your boy for about 10 seconds. Oh, we live. Hey, you out there at Corona del Sol? Live.
Yes, sir. You know what it is.
Hey, yeah, you know what it is. I gotta know. First off, you go to Burrito Express, which is always so clutch. I know you hit Burrito Express after those Sun Devils practices sometimes. What do you get? What is your Burrito Express order?
So it depends. If I'm going for a breakfast, I get me a bacon and egg, and I add the cheese because I can't go wrong with a little classic bacon, egg, and cheese burrito.
It's not lactose
If I'm going for lunch, which the 2 lunch burritos for $12 deal is huge for me right now as a college student.
Buy one, take one to go.
Yep. You get
Take one to go.
You get the steak, potato, and cheese. Can't go wrong with that. I'm all about the carbs. So,
Okay.
but don't forget about the lemonade, the strawberry lemonade. That's where it's at right there.
Hey, I had that mango, and that thing went crazy.
I haven't tried it yet, just because I love the strawberry so much. But I'm willing to bet it tastes fantastic. By the way, look at this sunset we got back here.
Absolutely beautiful. Hey, absolutely beautiful. How is the temperature out there right now?
It's actually, you know what? It's not that bad. It's actually kind of like a little muggy. Like, it's not humid, but it like feels like it's a little, like there's clouds and maybe some rain somewhere else. That is, I don't know how that works. I'm sure it's water or something.
All right. Hey, talk to me about the scrimmage. I know Corona del Sol's out there. Desert Ridge is out there, I believe. Who else is out there? And who looks good from Corona del Sol? Let's start with them first.
Yeah, so we've got Centennial, Red Mountain, Highland, and Corona del Sol out here. I watched Corona del Sol for a couple of drives. Oh, and Red Mountain just scored a touchdown. Corona, I mean, we obviously got to talk about Luke Farrell, the star quarterback over there running the show. I think one thing that stuck out to me about Luke Farrell so far watching this is that his mobility seems to have really increased since last season. I think when you watch his film and you look back at what he did, it was very evident that he was a pocket passer and he would drop back and launch bombs. I think this year we're going to see Luke be a lot more mobile, be able to move around the field. I saw him. Corona was on the 1 yard line and he ran across the goal line, had a nice little shuffle pass that made it work to a little slot receiver. So I think so far, watching Corona, Luke Farrell, the defense side of the ball, Riddick Jurdy. He's a transfer from Mountain Point, came over with Coach Lauer. He made a couple of plays defensively, and I'll tell you what, this Corona defense as a whole has been hitting tonight. They have not been afraid to, hey, the pads are on, it's about time to hit. So that's been a lot of fun seeing them in action.
How's Patterson? How's Patterson looked? Have you seen him yet, Jamar Patterson?
I actually have not seen him yet. I think he's been out here. I've been watching so many teams, I haven't been able to lay my eyes on everybody.
Okay, that's fair. Hey, Highland, let's talk about Highland a little bit. They got the twins over there. Zeus, my man, is an absolute dog. I don't know who you've seen over there. Who looks good over there at Highland?
So obviously we got that quarterback battle going on in Highland. I think it's going to be interesting to see who gets it down the stretch. But the one guy that has really stood out to me from the start, Cayman Molyneux. The senior running back for Highland. This dude is just running through dudes. And if you remember, Highland a couple years ago had a running back. His name was Jay Martin. Jay just kind of ran through dudes. And Cayman reminds me a lot of what Jay did. So I think Highland's run game might be a little bit of a problem this season.
All right, look, Red Mountain, no secret that they got Dom Carmigiano from Chandler transferring in. But those first 5 games, they're going to have to use somebody else. What's it look like over there for Red Mountain? What do you see over there?
Yeah, so honestly, Dom has been taking a large amount of the reps. I had to go ask someone to make sure he hadn't gotten his transfer appeal, then he didn't, so he's still going to have to sit 5. He's taking a large amount of the reps. He's in there right now, actually. Let's see if I can let's do this. Okay. Let's I don't know if I can zoom in or not, but we've got Red Mountain.
You're going to have to put it the other way because it's sideways.
Like this?
Yeah, there you go. And
we're out there right now. There's Dom across the middle.
Oh, okay, I see it.
And there we go. So we got a fumble. Centennial just picked it up.
Hey, moving on to Centennial. No secret, they lost their quarterback that started most of the last 2 years. They got the young kid Titus Hill going, and they got the senior Ethan Beltran, the legacy. What's that look like to you so far? What have you seen from that competition, if you will.
Yeah, if I'm being honest, it's still, although, both quarterbacks aren't new in the system, it does still feel like both of them are getting adjusted to that realm of, okay, I'm in position to be the starting quarterback. I've seen some bright spots from Titus. I've seen some bright spots from Ethan, but I've also seen some areas of improvement from Ethan. I've also seen some areas of improvement from Titus. I think this is truly a battle that's probably going to be decided after this and probably going into next week. I just talked to Coach Taylor about it 2 weeks ago, and he said that, it's going to be practically almost a game time decision. So still looking to see what they're doing. They've got, I think they're rolling with some of their younger guys right now. I think Ethan and Titus are done for the night, but both were making a couple of plays here and there, and I'm interested to watch that battle. And I think Centennial also another team that's going to run the ball quite a bit. They got a senior back in Owen Reynoso who, has been doing his thing for Centennial for a couple of years, and kind of one of those underrated players that's going to, fall to a really good D2, a really good D3, and really make an impact. Darion Bartholomew too, another running back we've talked about for a long time that's going to do a lot of stuff. And obviously we talked, the size of the Centennial offensive line is so evident. You come out here and you just look at how big they are, and they're intimidating. Jamison Wade is holding his own right now for Red Mountain, but this Centennial line is going to cause problems this year.
Hey, before I let you go, two things. One, Golden Ticket kid, Ben Lowther. Talk to me a little bit about him, what you've seen. Obviously, you're talking about size and stuff like that. How's he moving? How's he look? Do you expect him to fully be this dominant offensive lineman that's going to rise up the rankings?
He looks like a Golden Ticket kid to me. I mean, he's got all the intangibles of what it looks like to be a really good left tackle. I haven't really seen the left side of the pocket collapse, so I think that's a pretty good thing, and it shows that he's going to be able to hold his own this season. And like I've touched on a couple of times, not just on this show, but several other things, is Ben, it stands out to me as one of those young leaders, one of those guys that takes responsibility, and you can definitely see that in the way he plays football, the way he moves.
All right, hey, I got Gridiron coming up next, but before I go to Gridiron, the last thing, Elijah Carruthers, absolutely special defensive back over there at Centennial. How's he looking out there?
He's looking great, and the reason why I say he's looking great is because nobody's throwing the ball his way. So if nobody's throwing the ball his way, then I think that kind of means an A+ performance, if you ask me.
All right, and then we know Torrin Hill's out there handling business, and you said most of the offense is kind of taken off the field, the starters and stuff like that. So, Adam, hey, I'm gonna let you get back to work. Keep covering, keep doing your thing. What do you got for the rest of the week before I let you go officially?
I will be at Williamsfield tomorrow for the scrimmage between Williamsfield, Queen Creek, Mountain View, and Westwood. I'll be at Pima Scottsdale Christian Academy on Thursday, and then Friday I'll be at Sabino Valley Christian. So it should be a fun week.
I will definitely see you on Friday for sure, without question. And by the way, me and Gridiron, I believe we're going to be breaking down that game. So stay tuned. Adam, I'm going to catch up with you later on, all right?
All right, sound good. Thanks, Chili.
Sheesh. All right, it's only Tuesday, and you're
live scrimmage updates. How about that?
Yeah, hey, just trying to do something different, just trying to keep things as fresh as possible. Gridiron, we always got to stay sharp, right? We got to do something different, fresh out the box. Last night, me and Cam debuted a new show. Going to be going on Mondays, at least for the next 15 weeks or 14 weeks.
I haven't caught it yet. I will probably catch it tomorrow night.
Well, it's only a 30-minute show, so you can watch it. You can listen to it, watch it in the shower or whatever. So you'll get through it quick. We do got a lot to go through inside the number segment. We do got a lot to go through tonight, because special edition is we are going to be breaking down the schedule for the one and only.
One last schedule.
The final. This is the finale. This is the fiend.
This is number 27.
Number 27. Lucky number 27. I'm super excited because we don't really do too much in terms of coverage for this team. So this will be nice and interesting, and we are going to show some love to my guy Jalen Strong and his Prep Dragons. Listen, my man Jalen's working hard over there. I need to make this clear. My man Jalen's working hard over there to give his kids every opportunity to be seen by coaches, college coaches, and to give them a platform to play, perform, to have. He is taking this team from their, I don't know how else to put this, but kind of ragtag situation of a football field into MCC. They're going to be playing their games at MCC, their home games. So they're all our coaches work so hard. And I just want to put Jalen in that same conversation of coaches that are doing the most for their guys. So give my man some grace on the app. I know everybody's kind of coming at him a whole bunch of ways. Just give my man some grace on the app. Just work with him a little bit.
I think part of it comes out because he openly recruits other schools, and it miffs those schools that they don't want to lose players to AZ Compass, which has had players leave and go to them. So
yeah, no, for sure. And the CAA does operate under a different set of rules and stuff like that. So,
but don't be surprised when the AIA coaches are mad at you because you can freely recruit their players.
He's operating within different parameters. Listen, the whole recruiting thing, like if the AIA is operating by one set of rules and the CAA is operating by a different set of rules, there's nothing I can do about how that crosses over. There's nothing I can do about that.
I agree with saying if you're on the side that could potentially get players taken from you, you feel a little differently.
Yeah, no, I agree. But nonetheless, there's football being played in the CAA.
Yep. One
of those schools seems to be getting a lot of attention. We are going to show some love. AZ Compass Prep 2025 schedule. I like this thing over here. I went to a game last year.
Were they at MCC last year, or is that new this year?
No, they were at Compass Prep, and
Compass Prep is it's in Chandler, right?
It is.
Okay.
And as you can imagine, because I kind of just brought it up, and this is no fault. Like Compass Prep has just been putting this program together. I want to say for the last 2 years, trying to figure it out. Last year they were 8-man. This year they're moving to, I believe it's going to be 11-man.
Is it? I didn't know if it was 11-man or not.
I'm under the belief that it's
according to
11-man.
Max Preps, it's still 8-man, but I don't know. So it might not be.
I'm 63% sure that it's 11-man. If you know me and I give you a low percentage like that, that means I'm not actually fully sure. But look, man, the thing that's so fascinating about this schedule to me is that very, very NFL-y, where they play everybody twice.
Right.
Everybody twice.
And it's quite possible that this is an 11-man division that they have, and that there's only 6 teams, and that's why you have to play everybody twice, is because you're playing 11-man, and the other CAA teams might be playing 8-man.
Highly likely. They're going to kick this thing off at home versus Heritage Academy in Maricopa, which probably should be their toughest game because I think Heritage Academy is pretty tough. The Maricopa.
The Gateway one is the one that they beat for the championship last season.
Oh, is that right?
There's 2 on there. There's a Heritage Academy Maricopa, and then there's also a Heritage Academy Gateway.
I think that this Maricopa team is kind of big.
Yeah, this reads from left to right. So the 4th game is the Gateway. That's the team that they played that they beat for the championship last year.
Okay, so they they got Heritage Academy first in Maricopa, Heritage Academy in Maricopa. Then
the home games are in the green there. Yeah.
Right. And then they have that'll be at MCC. And then they play they go 2 games on the road, American Leadership Sierra Vista, so they're traveling.
That's a long trip. Yeah, you're down near the Mexican border down in Sierra Vista.
2.5 hours, going to be crazy. Then they kind of get to come back,
it's more than that.
But they're on the road versus Skyline Prep. Then finally back to the friendly confines of MCC, their home field, where they got Heritage Academy Gateway that you're saying is a team that they played in the championship. After that, they play Mission Heights on the road. I have no clue where that is, but
I've never heard of that one. I don't know.
And then they run it back they run it back versus American Leadership
Then
Sierra Vista this time.
Mission Heights is in Casa Grande.
Okay, so they're traveling a little bit, no big deal. They got buses,
Not bad
so
from
they'll
Chandler.
be straight. No, not at all. They just jump on the freeway. They're right there. American Leadership Sierra Vista, which now American Leadership Sierra Vista's got to make the trip up here, so they got to pay it back.
And they do have a bye week after that Sierra Vista game,
which will be nice, be nice and very, very timely, right? Like pretty much close to the middle of the schedule. Final 4 games, they get the running back versus Heritage Academy Maricopa, who they kicked off the season against. Yep. And like I said, I believe that this is going to be a pretty tough game for them. So I'm not fully sure, but Heritage Academy Maricopa, they're pretty big. I think they'll be able to thug it out in the trenches with them because Jalen has done a pretty good job of assembling the trenches over there. He's got some dudes over there. We'll get to that in a second. After that, second game, get the running back for Skyline Prep, this time friendly confines at MCC. Next game.
I believe that Skyline Prep plays their games at MCC also. So both Skyline Prep games will be.
So it's like neutral.
Yeah.
So it's like neutral.
It's the USC UCLA thing from long ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, they'll make that thing work somehow. Yep. So after that, they get Heritage Academy Gateway, which you believe is one of the tougher teams on their schedule because they played for the championship. This one on the road, wherever Heritage Academy Gateway is. I'm not sure. You said wherever you said it was. No, you didn't say where that one was. So that could be anywhere.
Right now.
And it's all good. That one's on the road.
Queen Creek.
And then
Queen Creek is where Gateway is.
Creek, so not so bad. So
we're getting educated on geography of the CAA tonight.
So they make the short trip. They make the short trip over there to Queen Creek and try to take care of business. And then they get to finish this whole thing up versus Mission Heights. Mission Heights making the trip from, I believe you said Casa Grande. Should be interesting. Listen, there's no secret. Let me go through this real quick. Head coach is Jalen Strong. Offensive coordinator is Vondell Parson. And then defensive coordinator is Gump Hayes. For those of y'all familiar with the Sun Devils Forks Up, you know the deal. Team is loaded. Team is kind of loaded. I'm familiar with a lot of these names. They got 2 quarterbacks over there that are, jockeying for that number 1 spot. Cash White, who I believe played last year.
He played the bulk of the time last year.
Yeah, was an absolute dog. I think he got injured. Diesel Robinson is there now, pushing a little bit, trying to get his opportunities. We'll see how that whole thing shapes up and works out. They got a fully loaded backfield. Trey Parson, Jarrell Price, Javian McKinney, who's kind of a combo back and what do they call him? A dual threat back and catch passes, and he's a kick returner. Wide receiver Dom Hawkins is their star player. I've watched this kid. Kid's got speed for days. Can absolutely. Wide receiver Amari Walker, and then they picked up a wide receiver from Hamilton, Omar Sanad. Their trenches loaded, like I said. They got a pair of offensive linemen that I absolutely love. Joaquin Miranda, this kid's about 6'3", and then their center over there, Gavin Garrick's an absolute dog. And then this is the one that everybody's in love with. This defensive lineman, Keatron Harris, the U of A command. I know you're going to get into that. They got a linebacker over there, Peyton Gill, who flips the tight end, multi-sport athlete, probably going to play baseball in college. But their defensive backs, I think, are the story that I'm so in love with. Hanif Thomas is an absolute dude that Jalen Strong was able to bring in. 5'11" cornerback, going to travel. He's going to go wherever the best receiver is on the other team. They're going to do their scouting report, figure it out, see who the killer is, and make sure that Hanif is traveling with them, which you don't see a lot of. Also, a punt returner can do some things there. Saban Turner can also flip to wide receiver, do some damage on offense. But Saban Turner is an absolute playmaker, even as a defensive back, also as a kick returner. Jalen Johnson's a safety, and Trey White is a two-way guy, long kid. This kid can absolutely go. I know that I'm pretty sure he was at like Basha and then Hamilton, and then found his way over there to Compass Prep. Mostly because he needs to be able to play. Because
that's another place that Compass gets a lot of players too, or I shouldn't say a lot, gets some players also, and that is the ones who are the double transfers. Because in the AIA, if you transfer for a second time to go to a third school, you have to sit out a full year. Now that obviously doesn't make the AIA coaches unhappy like the original one I said.
Look. On that note, regarding that, it gives kids an opportunity.
Yes.
It gives kids a chance. So, it is what it is. You can't be mad at that. Gridiron, I'm gonna let you go inside the numbers on this Compass Prep team.
Yep, Compass Prep last year 11-0. They were the CAA Division II champs. They outscored their opposition 474 to 140. So you run that out. That's what an average of
That's a lot, right?
about 44 to 12, I think, roughly. Their closest game was the state championship, which was 42 to 32 over Heritage Academy Gateway. Head coach Jalen Strong in his second year. You got Cash White at quarterback. He's a junior, 1,469 yards, 22 touchdowns, just 2 interceptions. And then Dominic Hawkins, the running back, another junior, 1,145 yards, 22 touchdowns. And then he also had 710 receiving yards and caught 11 touchdowns. And then, of course, you have Keatron Harris, the defensive lineman, just transferred over there from out of state, was at Narbonne in Southern California. He's 6'3", 290, had 19 offers and committed to Arizona over the summer. So he is once they play their first game, he'll be the first official AZ Compass Prep player to go D1.
Which is big, because that's the thing these days, right? Yeah. Is how many kids from your program are making it out and getting opportunities and things like that. So listen,
just because he's a commit right now, of course he's not signed. So you could still have colleges, that think they might have a shot at him, take a look at him. And if they're looking at him, they could be looking at other Dragon players at the same time, of course.
Absolutely. So listen, if this is 11-man football, listen, I'm going to go ahead and take Compass Prep to go undefeated on this 10-game schedule. They're going to go undefeated, and then they're probably going to win their games by 25 and a half points. If this is 8-man football, again, like what I saw last year, listen, I saw Dom Hawkins in the game taking reps at quarterback and actually making plays. If this is 8-man football, give me Compass Prep 10-0 by 30 and a half.
Well, it looks like the 30 last season.
Yeah, like what Jalen Strong's doing out there is absolutely video game like, and he coaches with a lot of passion. I brought that up before in a show way back last year. But Gridiron, I like what I like what he's doing within the parameters of what he's allowed to operate. So there's that.
And they're head and shoulders ahead of the other teams that are on that schedule. I'm going to agree and go 10-0 for Compass Prep also.
All right, so there you go. My man Jalen Strong doing things over there and giving back. Hey, real quick, I do got to show some love. People checking in. My man Devin Horn, super talented videographer, I believe doing some things over there at ASU with Chris Peckin and stuff like that. Also hit him with the that's my I think he's talking about Coben Bourget. I think he moved into the Bourget household. So so shout out to him there. Speaking of Bourgets, Papa Bourget checking in, CB88. The deal I had to rep. I don't know if you can tell. Yeah. That's not like a crooked infinity sign. No.
What is that team?
So there's a C right there and the B right there.
Oh, okay.
So, I had to like do that thing backwards. It was kind of weird, but it's Coben Bourget's logo.
The Tiger Woods thing, huh?
Yeah, this thing's kind of cool. And it kind of looks like an 8. It kind of looks like an 8. So to represent his 88, his 88 jersey number. So Coach Sanders checking in, repping St. Mary's. What up, Chili? Hey, what up, Coach Sanders? How you doing? I think he's got that Fiesta Bowl jacket on too that all the cool people are wearing. So
yeah, it was a big event last week, and that Compass Prep schedule will begin next week. Is when they play their first game.
Yeah, they start when the big schools start.
That's
Listen,
right.
My man Jalen trying to make sure that he get all the shine and all the clout for his kids, and he's just fighting hard. He's just a coach fighting for his kids. So I'm not mad at that at all. Okay, time to move on to do what to kind of do what we do, right? Well,
that's right. We're starting a new season of this. Yeah.
Yes, we are starting a new season. Okay, here we go. And we're off. So we are back. We are back to doing what everybody loves us doing. That's breaking down games of the week. These are the games of the week.
People hate it because we picked against their team.
No, that is true. Well, I mean, sometimes they love it because you pick one side, I pick
that's
the
true.
other. So
That's true.
it's like we get 100% of the audience. All right, here we go. First one up. And listen, this is special. This is actually Gridiron's favorite week because he has
Bring
to do
on
the
the green.
most
Look
work.
at that.
He has to do the most work because he did not cover much of any small
True.
school last year. So he gets to really dive into
I
these
do.
numbers.
I was part of the rankings, which I will also be in this year, which will be coming out, I believe, tomorrow, if not Thursday. And so I did follow them enough to be able to, see if they won or lost each week and who they were playing, in order to do top tens.
All right. So all that being said, first one up, we got Phoenix Christian at Tank Verde. Is it Tank or
I believe it's
Tank
Tonka Verde, which is down
Tonka,
in Tucson. Yes.
Tonka Verde. Tonka Verde.
I've been to the range
And,
there in Tonka Verde.
okay. And we got head coach for Phoenix Christian, Jason Kindred. I believe that's accurate. And we got head coach for Tonka Verde, Jeff Bolnow. Bolnow. Okay. Hopefully I pronounced those names right. Nice little matchup over here. Some players to watch. Zion Rondon, running back athlete, Kevin Palafox, running back Gio Young, Phoenix Christian, super run heavy. Defensive end over there, Aaron Witten, and defensive back Cassius Grimwade. So I think Phoenix Christian, they're gonna try to ground and pound this thing from the things that I saw. Tonke Verde, players to watch. They got this super talented quarterback, kind of a long kid, Rocco Haggard, running back athlete Sebastian Blakeman, running back Nixon Hills, linebacker Anthony Torgeson, and defensive back Will Torok. So listen, both teams talented. I'm curious to see how this whole thing works out. Gridiron, I'll let you go inside the numbers on this first before I pick a winner, though.
Yep, we got from the 2A, the Phoenix Christian Cougars at the Tonka Verde Hawks. This is in Tucson, Friday night at 7 p.m. Phoenix Christian 9-2 last season, Tonka Verde 6-4. Their last meeting was week 1 of last year. That was also at Tonka Verde, and Phoenix Christian came away with a 26-13 road win. In that game, Phoenix Christian had 294 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns on the ground, which kind of set the tone for what they did all season, the ground and pound. Their head coach is Jason Kindred in his 3rd season with the Cougars. They return Region Player of the Year, Zion Rondon, the running back. He's a senior. Had 801 rush yards last year, 14 touchdowns, 22 tackles, and 2 interceptions because he also plays safety, as a lot of the guys in 2A do, both sides of the ball.
Yep.
Aaron Witten, who plays defensive end and running back, had 110 rushing yards and 2 TDs. Should get a lot more of the action this year on offense. But he did play a lot on defense, had 38 tackles and 10 sacks as a freshman. So he is a sophomore this year. Linebacker A.J. Hernandez, another sophomore, had 39 tackles and an interception. For the team, Phoenix Christian last year averaged 265 rushing yards per game. They only attempted 6 passes per game. So it's definitely the run first and run second. Tonka Verde head coach Jeff Bolnow in his 3rd season has 7 offensive starters returning, 5 defensive starters returning. So they had a young team last year, got a little more experience last season, and they come back with that, including quarterback Rocco Haggard. He's a senior, 6'3", 185, had 1,382 pass yards, 17 touchdowns, and 3 rushing TDs, which makes it interesting if you're Phoenix Christian and you've been going at it for the last 3 or 4 weeks, in your practices and stuff. You haven't been going against a quarterback, that's going to throw it a lot like this guy does. So it'll be interesting to see how they're prepared for it for week 1. Running back, defensive back Sebastian Blakeman is a senior, had 404 rushing yards, averaged more than 7 yards per carry, and 6 touchdowns. And then on defense, had 55 tackles, 2 fumble recoveries, and an interception. And then linebacker Anthony Torgeson is a senior, had 99 tackles, and blocked 2 field goals for the Hawks last year.
Man, I honestly don't know enough about the 2A football. You probably know a little bit more than I do.
I can tell you there's a whole bunch of teams in the 2A because all these teams that keep dropping, there's no place to drop any lower when you get to 2A. And so as a result,
right.
they've got over 50 teams in the 2A, and they will have the 24-team playoff. The 3A, interestingly enough, only has around 30 teams.
Okay. Well, I mean, look, I want to say that I like Phoenix Christian just because I'm down for the ground and pound, and I think that it's not going to be such a tough adjustment. I think that Tonka Verde is going to have to make more adjustments than we think, but you know, I kind of like this quarterback from the little bit that I've seen film, because I took some time to watch a little bit of film last night and stuff, some of the huddle stuff, but I want to take. It's a long trip.
Yep.
But I think I'm going to take Phoenix Christian. Give me Phoenix Christian to win this game. I think that having so many running backs that are capable, they're going to be able to, you know, shorten the game by keeping that clock moving.
And they kind of moved a lot of bodies in and out last season, because we talked about them averaging 265 rushing yards a game. And in some programs, if you do that, you're going to have an 1,800 yard rusher, a 2,000 yard rusher. Rondon was the player of the year and had 800 rushing yards. So that tells you they had a lot of guys that had 500-600 yards rushing. Yeah,
and that commitment to the run, obviously, you know, and they got their top 3 guys back. Yeah, give me Phoenix Christian. I think that this game's going to be close too, though. I do think this game's going to be close, and I just think that the ball control, Phoenix Christian's going to control the clock, control the ball, and, you know, try to keep Tonka Verde's offense off the field, obviously, and force Tonka Verde into a situation where, you know, they're gonna have to try to do some things that they might be uncomfortable doing. Yeah, give me Phoenix Christian to win this one.
Okay, I'm gonna agree with you and go Phoenix Christian. Cougars were 4-0 on the road last season. I'm gonna go with them here. 22-13 is what I'll go with for Phoenix Christian.
All right. Well, it looks like we just lost half our audience, but it's all good
because we were pulling it in from Tonka Verde tonight.
Hey, look, I
maybe we were.
Tonka Verde got the mention, right? In
yes,
in the
did.
Matchup, right? So like
they get the page. Look at that.
Yeah, look, they made it. They made it onto Gridiron's yellow pad, on Gridiron's official yellow pad for the season. So
how many bird mascots are going to make it on the pad this year? You know.
Look, they rep for Tucson officially. They officially rep for Tucson. Listen, I think Rocco Haggard
is more Tucson versus the Valley.
This is true. I kind of spoiled it during the Beatles segment, during the Beetlejuice segment, but we do got more Tucson coming up, and we'll go straight to that right now. No secrets, since I already kind of. Oh, actually, no, we're not going to go right to it, right? Because we do got to do something special, right? We got to do something special, and we weren't sure. We weren't sure because if we did this last year, we might not have been able to do the Inside the Number spotlight during Gridiron's Week 0. I call this Gridiron's Week 0 because
I'm calling it Week 0.
Okay, well, I got hit up.
The Republic's calling it Week 1. I'm calling it Week 0 because to me, next week is Week 1.
So I had a few small schools hit me up and say that you're out of line for calling it Week 0. That they want to call Week 1 because they're officially playing.
It's Week 1 to them.
So there's that. But listen, we are super excited because we are going to do an Inside the Number spotlight segment, and this is so unique because I think if we did this last year, we might not have been able to do this segment last year. I'm not sure. We'd have to go back to that. But super excited because we're able to. So without further ado, Gridiron's favorite segment, because Inside the Number spotlight players are undefeated. So
I looked it up.
Inside the Number spotlight segment on the one and only Corey Webb from Tonopah Valley. Gridiron, go ahead and take it away.
Yep, Corey Webb Jr., 6'5", 225, plays defensive end and wide receiver. Has a 4.0 GPA over at Tonopah Valley. Last season had 27 tackles, 3 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 7 QB hurries is what he was credited with. Also had 12 catches for 229 yards and 2 touchdowns because, two-way players, obviously, at that division.
Yep.
is a Boise State commit. You see the logo there on the bottom of the screen. Them right straight out of the college football playoff, right? They were in the playoff last.
Yeah. With Ashton Genty.
That's right. And for first round pick, Boise State. He's a three-star recruit as an edge rusher. Visited Boise at the end of May, committed a few days later. Was also strongly recruited by ASU and Hawaii. He grew up in North Carolina, moved to Arizona in 2021. His uncle, Nathan Bolden Jr., is now the principal over at Tonopah Valley. He's also got some other family members that work for the school there. Didn't play football in middle school, did it in his younger years. Then he started playing again in 9th grade. His sophomore year, he played on a broken leg that he thought was just a sprain until they looked at it a little closer at the end of the season.
Nice.
So certainly a gamer. Tonopah Valley is west of Buckeye. The Phoenix went 12-1 last year and won the 2A Gila region. And they get underway this Friday. You'll have Tonopah Valley 0-0 playing in Buckeye at Odyssey Institute 0-0.
Man, that's going to be a tough game. Odyssey
Institute, we're rooting for.
Oh, for sure. We're rooting for the spotlight guy. Gridiron's trying to keep his record intact. So chances are highly unlikely that we will get Cameron Hamill in the spotlight next week when they play Cactus Shadows. So that being said, Gridiron likes it.
Are we already starting? Do I gotta start drawing the next one here?
Oh man, Gridiron likes to rig his Inside the Numbers spotlight segment because he's trying to keep this 0 in the loss column. Hey, last year, super brave because you picked Cooper Perry the week that they played Desert Edge.
Well, that was before we were on this kind of a roll and we didn't realize what we had.
all I remember,
it's like pitching a no-hitter. You don't start getting worried about it until the 6th, 7th inning. You don't worry about it in the 2nd, 3rd inning.
All I remember is late in the season there was like 2 or 3 kids left. I was like, hey, do you want to do this kid there? And you're like, no, I want to make sure we get a dub for our spotlight guy. I was like, okay. I was like, all right, whatever, man. Listen, Gridiron picks this. All right.
If you played a tough schedule last year, sorry.
This is
and they are seniors and they are D1 commits is what we're doing.
Listen, Gridiron, I think you're gonna have your work cut out for you because
it'll get a little tough late season. Yeah.
You have some situations that are going to be absolutely brutal because when you have to pick one of the Liberty kids,
find the right placements.
Hey, if you pick all the Liberty kids at once, does that mean that you took 4 L's that week? Like if we let you pick all the Liberty, like if you do like Hudson Dunn,
we usually
Hudson Dunn,
only do one guy a week. So
I know, but we got so many guys committed. Like,
shoot,
so
you could just make a show out of just doing Basha, and you'd be set till Thanksgiving, I think.
Oh, see, this is how you get the whole thing started. This is why everybody gets upset with us sometimes. All right.
But we didn't. We went to Tonopah Valley. There you go.
Yeah, showed love. Hey, showed love to the small school. So
you head coach over there now.
Yeah.
Hemmer's over there now.
Yeah. All right. This is our big game of the week, right? This one coming up. Okay.
We're going to the 3A now.
I'm super excited. 3A matchup, no secret. Since I spoiled it during the Beatles segment, Sabino making the trip to Valley Christian, to Chandler, to play Valley Christian, the Trojans. This game is going to be super exciting. I love
2 teams
this
looking for a bounce back this year.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But Sabino, I feel like Sabino kind of knew what they were getting into last year. Coach McBrayer over there went
they
super
lost
young
from that championship team.
They did. And he opted to go super young, develop, and give these guys an opportunity on varsity and take advantage of some of the senior leadership that won a championship to bring these guys up together to take care of business. I love this quarterback over there, Bodie Sanford. I think that he's got something to him. Running back athlete, Zachary Haley flips around, plays some defense. This linebacker over here, Chris Eastless, I hope I pronounced that right. High motor kid. This is a kid that I think could play himself into a situation where he gets an opportunity on Saturdays. Linebacker Joshua Curtis, an absolute dude. Defensive back Adrian Telez can make plays also. On the flip side, Valley Christian, going to be in their friendly confines at home where they're going to have that place rocking. Coach Peterson has done an amazing job over there. I know you're going to get into that in a minute.
Yep.
They got some players to watch themselves, a pair of quarterbacks. I believe it's going to be J.R. Gill starting, but they got another quarterback over there that I kind of like, Austin Shooter. Running back Caleb Goldman, and this fabulous tight end playmaker Caden Palmquist is going to pair up so nicely with wide receiver Asher Hansel. Pair of defensive linemen over there, brothers, I'm guessing. Might be twins, I'm not sure. Hudson Pickett, Lorden Pickett. These guys are going to create absolute havoc and do the work that Coach Peterson wants.
They're both seniors, so
I love the build of this Valley Christian team, but I also love the makeup of this Sabino team. I'm going to get into my pick later. My guy Gridiron is going to take it away, go inside the numbers. This game is going to be fantastic and loaded with media. Adam Beatles committed to going. BJ Media is committed to going.
They are twin brothers, Hudson and Lorden Pickett.
Your boy Chili, I will be out there. Let me go ahead and spoil that. I will be out there to check that game out. Gridiron.
Does that mean you're not going to make the pick?
No, I'm
hold off when you know you're going to.
Oh, yeah.
You have to give it to me off the show or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give it to you off the show.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to give it to you off the show. But go ahead. Take it away, Gridiron.
Yet.
Yeah, thank you for saving me early.
We have the from the 3A. We have the Sabino SaberCats at the Valley Christian Trojans. This will be in Chandler Friday night at 7 p.m. Sabino 3-7 last season. Valley Christian 3-6 last season. This is the first meeting between the two schools. Sabino head coach Ryan McBrayer in his 9th season has 6 offensive starters returning and 7 defensive starters returning. They had lots of freshmen and sophomores that played last year on the varsity team. You got running back Zachariah Haley. He's a senior, had 987 yards, 10 touchdowns, and 2 receiving TDs. Quarterback Bodie Sanford. He's a sophomore, so he's played as a freshman, had 1,223 passing yards, 8 touchdowns. Over on defense, you got defensive back Adrian Tellez. He's a senior, has 26 tackles, 2 interceptions last season. And then a two-way lineman, Victor Alcantar, is a junior captain. I think most of the players in the offensive line, 5'11", 260. For Valley Christian, you got head coach Jake Peterson in his 6th season. They are coming off their first losing season since 2017. Have 14 returning starters, so like Sabino, a lot coming back. Wide receiver Asher Hansel is a senior, had 516 yards in just 26 catches, so almost 20 yards a catch, and 9 touchdowns. The tight end, Caden Palmquist, he was a freshman last season, had 21 catches, 159 yards on varsity. He's now a sophomore. Defensive end Hudson Pickett, he's a senior, had 33 tackles. And then offensive guard Jackson Kuyoth, he's a senior, 6'3", 295. Was a first-team All-Region and has a 3.81 GPA.
Yeah, listen. One thing that I will say, I'm not going to make my pick yet, but one thing I will say is a blowout, I think, favors Valley Christian. A close game, I think, will favor Sabino. So, I really do
think it's
feel like
going to be a good game, so that might give a little bit of an indication there.
Yeah, I do think that it is going to be a good game, but a 14-point game could still be a good game to watch. So I'm just super excited to be able to get to watch this Sabino team. The last time I watched Sabino, they won. They shocked the world, beat Paradise Honors. So whatever that's worth to you. But, Gridiron, I'm going to go ahead and let you make your pick.
When they put 60 points on the board or something?
Yeah, they didn't let up. I mean, our guy Gage Baker also tied the national record for touchdown passes.
National record, but it was Sabino by at least 20 in that one. The thing I like about Valley Christian is they have a lot of track guys on their team that are going to run some really fast times next spring. And I'm going to go with that speed there. I'm going to go Valley Christian 20-14.
20-4. Oh, okay. So you did. Oof. Ooh.
I'm looking for a good game.
Okay. Valley Christian 20-14.
So I went with the Phoenix area for both games against Tucson. So.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and give you my pick off the air, but 20-14. If it's 20-14, I think that might favor Sabino. But we'll see. We'll see how that works out. Hey, Gridiron, Anything crazier otherwise that you've seen on the app or whatever that you feel like deserves a little bit of attention?
No, just thoughts to the Maryvale community on the tragedy that happened today. This senseless tragedy, if you will, of what happened over there today. The loss of life is just it's awful.
Yeah.
And then a little bit of good news that Will Mensel today got an offer from North Carolina, the junior quarterback over at Chandler.
Yeah, and
it's been pretty quiet It's been pretty quiet with recruiting because, of course, the college coaches are busy getting their players ready for the season.
Yeah, how do you feel about the Sun Devils? What are you thinking? This is one of the deeper Sun Devil teams that I can remember. They're deep everywhere except for at quarterback. I like Sims as a backup. I just don't love him as a backup for whatever that's worth opinion wise. But obviously, Sam Levitt's a dude.
How many games did the quarterback miss last season?
Didn't he miss?
It wasn't.
I thought he missed one.
Did he miss?
No, did he miss two? Because
did he miss the Cincinnati game that they lost?
Yeah, he missed the Cincinnati game, and I thought he missed one more.
He may have
missed one more.
I just remember it was consistency at quarterback. It wasn't any kind of revolving door or anything like that. And he goes into the season, of course, being the number one over there. So we're kind of relying on them to carry the banner for us here with what's happened with the rest of Valley Sports.
Yeah. Well,
I've seen Sam Levitt getting some love in terms of the Heisman or preseason Heisman stuff, which they obviously didn't get last year, or else the nation would have seen all those highlights from Scadaboo before the Big 12 championship game. I can tell you most of the people in the East had never seen him play before that Big 12 championship. There you go.
He missed one, and then that's obviously he missed the Cincinnati game.
Then he missed one full game, right? And that was it. So it didn't really matter who the backup QB was last year because he was pretty much there the whole time.
Yeah. What are you thinking? What are you thinking?
I've seen the poll results. Where they typically have them around the 10 to 12 range. I've seen some of the media ones that pick the what teams will be in the playoff, and some of them don't have ASU there. Of course, only one Big 12 team made it last year. We're still in the 12 team thing again this year. The four do not get the automatic champions do not get buys to the top four this year. That's the only change to it. They are going to be ranked, so you could have multiple SEC teams in that top four getting the buys, but still either
surprise.
way, you got to think that at least starting out where they are, puts them a leg up, because even though the committee looks at things from a blank slate, once they start meeting, which they won't start doing until like the end of September, they're kind of in your mindset. And the networks love doing the preseason rankings because, they get to put a little number up next to a team, and people are more inclined to watch a game when they see, there's two ranked teams playing. So some people have said, don't do the rankings at all, just wait for the committee. But I think it kind of drives interest in knowing that we're going to have a 1 versus 2 game, right out of the gate with Texas and Ohio State.
What do you think? What do you think record-wise for ASU? If you had to pick 12 games, what are you
record-wise? I don't have the schedule right in front of me at the moment, but I they won some close games last year, and they won some games that they kind of pulled out at the last.
They're only on the record. They're only on the road for 4 games. They're only on the road for Colorado, Iowa State, Mississippi State, and Baylor.
There were a few of those games that they just barely kind of survived in. And you're not going to keep winning games like that every year. They pounded my alma mater 40-3 a few years ago, the last time they played. And even though the Lumberjacks are ranked, I don't expect the score to be too much different from that. Then they got Mississippi State on the road, but they're a weaker SEC team, as we saw last year when they played the Bulldogs. Texas State, kind of played with them a little bit, and they got to play them on the road. So I kind of see them 3-0 going to Baylor. A lot of people like that Baylor team this season. That could be a tough game, especially if it ends up being a morning game which they sometimes do in the Big 12. They'll have that noon kickoff Eastern time. They got to go to Utah. Iowa State obviously will be a team that'll be waiting for them. The Big 12 championship rematch, and then who knows what the Colorado team will be. Because it's kind of an influx of talent. Coming in from the portal. In his case, I don't see U of A putting up a fight in the end of it. So I'm going to say that they're going to go down a little bit, but I'll take them for 8 or 9 wins.
8 or 9. I'll tell you right now, an 8-win season would be a disappointment. I think I hate to put that kind of pressure on Dillingham and company, but I think an 8-win season would be an absolute disappointment. 9 wins, I don't think would be an absolute disappointment because they would get an opportunity for a 10th win in a bowl game. So it'd look okay. But 8 wins, I think that would be absolutely heartbreaking. I think that this team is going to win 10 in the regular season.
10 and 2. Okay.
Yeah, I take them for 10. This is my worry. Going back to the little quarterback thing, my whole worry is that if Sims has to play 3, Sun Devils are only winning 1. Mm-hmm. And if he has to play 2 or 1, I don't think they're not winning any.
I don't think you can bank on your prediction, saying that you expect something to happen to him because he was blessed with good health last season.
Yes.
If it was a situation where you had a quarterback, coming back from an injury, or one that missed half the games last season, then I understand you have to think a little bit deeper on the backup. We don't know if Kyler Murray is going to make it through the full season. So
that's obvious.
But I think. I mean, how's the offensive line been looking? Do they seem like they're going to be able to?
Oh, they look okay. They look okay. Michelle Gardner has an article that I think is going to be coming out sometime this weekend. I want to say Sunday regarding Sam Levitt, which gives me a little bit of hope in terms of durability and his availability. What will be his availability? Coach Sanders hating on me as usual.
They do
9-3
at home, which is another team that people have been looking at for the Big 12. That might be the make or break game right there. Would be that.
Coach Sanders, are you crazy? Yeah. If Sam Levitt misses 3 games, ASU wins.
Wait.
Wins all but 3.
He's
okay.
going 9-3.
Okay.
He's going 9-3.
Okay.
And I did say 8 or 9. Okay. So
Okay. Well, okay. I thought he was saying something else. Okay, we're good.
No, he's saying
Sanders, we're good.
He's saying 9-3. Yeah.
We're good. Yeah.
Now you figure they probably do have to go 10-2 to make the Big 12 championship game, because 3 of those games are the non-league games that they should win all 3 of, with NAU, Mississippi State, and Texas State. So if they go 9-3 and they win those 3, that'd be 6-3 in the conference. And I don't think 6-3 in the conference is going to get you top 2.
Agreed. Agreed.
2 losses could, if you win the tie breaks. And remember, that's what they had to do last year too. They had to win the tie breaks just to get there.
This is true. Listen, I do also think that Jordan Tyson has a legitimate, really good shot to win this Biletnikoff Award. I think that he is one of the most gifted receivers that I have seen. But crazy, like last year, I thought that T-Mac down at U of A was a lock to win that Biletnikoff Award. And like, I felt like based on, I felt like that opportunity was kind of robbed from him, because I really feel like he might've been the best receiver last year. But anyways, hey, Gridiron, I appreciate you. I'm surprise you with something.
The NFL teams thought he was the best receiver too.
Yeah, hey, because they know. He
was the first receiver drafted, right?
No,
was he?
He was number 8, right?
Carolina took him at what? It was about number 6,
like
number
8,
like that.
I think he was at number 8. I think you might be well, Travis Hunter technically, right?
Oh, that's true, because he played both.
So I don't know, but
that's good. Yeah.
Listen,
it sounds like he's going to try to play both there in the NFL too.
Yeah, because he's an absolute dog.
Yeah.
He's an absolute dog. Okay. Gridiron, I appreciate you hanging out, doing your thing as usual. Inside the Number segment officially back. Football's back. So
Football's back.
next week.
Two more games next week.
2 more games next week. A spotlight player.
Spotlight player picked.
And a surprise. A chili surprise.
Chili surprise.
For the audience. So,
all right.
Gridiron, I will let you know my pick off the show.
Yep.
And I'll catch up with you. I'll catch up with you next week. Men lie, women lie. Numbers don't. Gridiron always taking care of the community. Manual scoreboard not officially back this week.
Not this week. Although I will tell you that Digos is working on some nice graphics for one that I think we'll be seeing some 2A and 3A scores on this weekend. So.
Oh yeah. Sheesh.
Yeah.
Wait, so does that mean that we're gonna have another manual scoreboard from somebody else? Is that weird?
I know.
I mean,
it's a little bit of competition, I guess, but there you go.
Dang, Digo's jumping in the
I'm
mix.
not jazzing mine up, I can tell you that.
Everybody wants a piece of Gridiron's cake. All right, hey, Gridiron, I'm gonna catch up with you next week. Men lie, women lie. Numbers don't. Appreciate you and everything that you do for the community, keeping us informed, numbers wise. All right, I'll catch you later. JJ is another stud. My guy over there, down there in that corner, Coach Sanders showing some love, flexing the muscle. JJ Digo, super talented photographer. Also going to be coaching some soccer. I'm super excited to see that for him. Super talented coach. I got to watch him coaching lower level football at Apache Junction, where he did an amazing job, rallying the kids and getting the buy-in. So I thought that I just thought that was super cool. All right, your boy Chili, I'm gonna make my way out of here. I got to do some packing and things like that. Get some things in order. I'm trying to think of if I miss anything. Burrito Express, make sure that you show love. The university location, the one right by ASU, I believe. That's where they're going to be hooking stuff up. Make sure that you go check it out. Let me make sure that I got the date right, because sometimes I'd be messing this stuff up. That is going to be Sunday. That is going to be this Sunday. Make sure that if you are in the area, if you are in the ASU area, you want to get some autographs, things like that, you can. Coach Sanders, love coaching with him at RKA. Digos is a 101, and he's got a little brother that's absolutely amazing too, Jordan. So your boy Chili, I'm gonna make my way out of here. Also, what Gridiron doesn't know, is next week me and him are betting on that NAU ASU game. We're going to be betting on the NAU ASU game because I think that that is something that we should do. We don't get that opportunity to bet on our alma mater games. We'll definitely be doing that. So stay tuned and probably bet at lunch. And because I'm a gentleman, I'm going to give him the spread. Whatever the spread is, I don't care what the spread comes out. I will give him the spread and an extra half a point if it's even. So if it's like ASU by 47, I will give him 47 and a half. So your boy's a gentleman. All right. I would never, ever try to do my guy Gridiron dirty. So there's that. Hey, make sure that you follow your boy at Just Chili, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. Make sure you guys check out the Dropping Dime segment that me and Cam Cox are doing on Mondays. I am going to tweet out the link. Make sure you support the guy that supports your guys. Shout out to my guy Gridiron jumping on, doing his thing inside the Numbers segment. Been running with that thing for years now. And then also my guy Adam Beetle with his Beetlejuice segment, always serving up the juice regarding everything that's going on with the young prep athletes and how they're making their way up and stuff like that. Because I'm going to make sure that I take every bit of Adam Beetle's knowledge of what is going on out and about and around the valley here and other places and bring it to you guys. So without further ado, your boy Chili, I do got to make my way out of here because I do got to get some packing done and things like that because I got some important things to throw in the luggage. Other than that, forks up forever. Y'all know this. Grid. Gridiron. Gridiron. Oh, Gridiron. You are on mute. You are on mute. So I don't know if you are.